are tuned into yet another episode of Binge Buddies. I'm your host and co-host for the day, Tony. Of course, it's been a while, you could argue, dude. A while, emphasis on the white of the while, dude. And wearing white is Michael over there on the couch, dude. What's up, dude? It's not pink.
It is.
What? Why?
It's a shade of pink.
It's a shade of pink? Yeah. So's your vagina. Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2:30 p.m. on the Friday, June 6/20, baby. So we have a great show for you guys, encapsulated for you in the next hour and 20 maybe. We're talking 28 days later. Saw it last night with Joey Greenwood. Crazy story with Joey Greenwood. I'm going to share it. Probably not going to want us to share it, but no one gives a fuck. Okay. And then, Michael watched a bunch of shit too. He wants to talk about How to Train Your Dragon live action, Talk of the Town. Wilder saw it with Sharon.
Tulsa King.
Dude. Tulsa King. We can even talk FUBAR if you like, because I finished the first season. And I know you don't even. Did you get through one episode even?
No, I'm not done with the first full episode.
The first full episode, yeah, because it's fucking that show is FUBAR. You know what FUBAR stands for?
Shit.
No, it's like an acronym.
What?
Fucked up beyond all recognition. FUBAR. What's up, my mothers and brothers and Michael? So we have a few comments we get to before we get into the show, dude. Because I know the people have been yearning, clamoring. Matthew Gabriel says, "Let's go, dude." Matthew Gabriel on the train to the city right now, possibly. I don't know, dude. Nelson in the house says, "Yeah, hi." He says, Josh B says, "Binge. What is up, fam?" Ernie with the year. Nelson stoked that it's Friday. Wishing up it's a happy Friday. You right back at you, bud. Right back at you. That's what Keith says. Keith says, Gents. What you got to say to Keith?
Howdy.
Oh my God. Howdy, dude. What are you, cowboy? You roll on in here from
Tulsa.
Cowboy Land?
Tulsa.
There's no cowboys in Tulsa, dude.
Where's Tulsa?
Tulsa?
Tulsa. Where's Tulsa?
Tulsa, dude?
No one said that.
Tulsa?
Run it back.
Tulsa.
You'll hear it's Tulsa.
Tulsa?
Because you don't know where Tulsa is.
Tulsa, Oklahoma?
You got lucky.
No, what do you mean lucky? First of all, that's like the one fucking town in Oklahoma you would probably know. Tulsa. What's the capital of Oklahoma? You know that?
What's going on, everybody?
All right, let's come on, dude, stop it. Nathan Green says, "What's up, everyone? What's up, Nathan Green? Happy you're here." Ernie says, "At home working on the back project. Glad to catch the show." Ernie, pumped that you caught the show as well. Let us know what that back project is. Kind of sounds like suspicious. Like, what are you doing on this back? What are you doing with this back? But Ernie, let us know like what you're watching. I don't know if you're watching anything. And then Ernie says, "Is it Oklahoma City?" I actually don't know what the capital of Oklahoma is. You would think it's OKC, but I don't think it is because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, who knows, dude? It should be Oklahoma State Capitol. No. I don't want the state capital. I guess the first. Here we go. A little fun fact for the day here. The more you know, because knowledge is power. Michael has none of that. Oklahoma's first capital was what? Guthrie, Oklahoma. But in 1910, it moved to Oklahoma City. And then construction began on the capital in 1914.
Connecticut had two capitals.
What was the other one?
Hartford and New Haven. And then in like 1867, they chose Hartford because they had like 300,000 donated to it.
Oh, really?
Shit.
Well, now they're two of the worst cities in the
New Haven
country,
isn't that
dude.
bad,
New
chill.
Haven's pretty fucking
You're
bad,
just
dude.
jealous that it's the pizza capital of the world.
Like, you don't have to start that shit, dude.
I mean, it's just truth.
Like, no, it's not truth. Okay?
It
is fiction, actually, is what it is, dude.
Dave
Yes, it is
Portnoy
fiction.
said so.
Dave Portnoy's a fucking moron.
You love him.
And also, like, first of all, and you know what I find funny? Dave Portnoy's having his pizza-thon, whatever he does. Where is it? Where does he host the fucking, all the pizza in the world? Where is he hosted? Where is it?
Because New York City.
It's in New York City.
Yeah, because it's
Why wouldn't you go to the pizza capital of the world, dude? Pizza capital of the world. Pizza capital of the world.
It can host more
Pizza
people.
capital of the world. Oh, what? It can host more people?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
There's a lot more people.
Like, the entire state of Connecticut is bigger than Manhattan, way bigger than Manhattan.
A lot of people, a lot of foreigners are in New York City, so it's like a lot of cross.
Go
tracks
on.
and
Yeah. What?
A lot of people going through there.
You have nothing. You have nothing to say here. Ernie says he makes rugs. Tufting rugs.
Like those ones that people make of like Nickelodeon and stuff. Make us a DTV one.
Yeah. Well, first of all, take it easy with it. Get a little aggressive with it. Whoa.
No, I'm
man.
not.
Like this is what this. Whoa.
That'd be dope.
I mean, I'm gonna Google tufting rugs. Sorry, we're already getting off. I never even heard of that, dude. How come you didn't tell me this in person? It is those types of fucking rugs.
It is.
Yeah, you draw what you want, dude. Give me a fucking Kirby. You should make one. You can make one for Michael, and it could look like. What do you think I'm gonna say? What do you think I'm gonna say? You have no idea what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like you should like pick one of the poses that Sabrina Carpenter does on stage. Like, and you could do that.
Have you ever tried this?
I love when she there was one where she like held her own hair back and was like sucking the microphone.
Yeah, she does crazy stuff.
That's fucking wild, dude.
She's a good girl.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
dude.
she is.
I don't
It's
think
all
she
for
is.
performance. She's when she's with a guy, she's with them.
Yeah, on her knees.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. What do you mean good?
Like if she's with a guy that she's supposed to be with, like just him.
Supposed to be. No, she's with any guy.
No, it's
Every
not any guy. She's not
You
with
don't
every
know,
guy.
dude. First of all, the guy she picked out of the crowd was like probably the ugliest guy in the fucking concert.
So she's being nice.
No, she's not, dude.
She's a nice person. Big heart.
Big heart, dude. Hangs out with Bonnie Blue is what she does.
No, she doesn't.
Angela, what up, dude? That Dragon Ball in the background. You know it, dude. Courtesy of Josh B, baby. For the most part, that's the Saiyan saga. And I think we got a little bit of the Cell saga, and a little bit, like literally one tape of GT, a few from the Boo saga. For me, I think the Android saga and the Cell saga was really my favorite. I don't know if they're separate sagas, but they were kind of Cell saga was dope, dude. Because first of all, the storyline was crazy with Dr. Thoreau, whatever his name was, Dr. Jerome, Dr. Giroux. In any case, him building the androids, dude, 16, 17, 18, fucking wreaking havoc, dude. Trunks coming from the future, warning everyone about the androids. Cell's coming out of there, dude. He's eating the fucking androids. You got the Cell games. That shit was awesome, dude. That was fucking prime Toonami, dude. Except when Gohan became Saiyan Man. That's what I mean. Like after the Cell games, it was dope because that was sick. Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 with the father-son Kamehameha, dude. That was fucking awesome. Vegeta was tight. That some kid with Super Saiyan 2. Like that shit was peak. Peak. Josh B says piece of capital of the world in quotes and then laughing, crying emojis. Laughing, crying. Crying so hard.
People from anywhere
Laughing
else
so
but here are
hard
just
that
jealous.
he
It's
cries,
okay.
dude.
I feel bad. It's just it.
Frank Pepe's, by the way, free medium pizza tomorrow.
Yeah, what other place is doing that in New York City?
Yeah, because you gotta beg people to get your pizza here. Take it for free, please.
No, they don't.
Yeah. No.
Nah, they're just nice
And then
people.
Ernie knows the deal. He says, right, Josh? LMAO, dude. Angela says she pisses me off, honestly. She is an Android 17, maybe? That was crazy. Krillin fell in love. Dude, Krillin.
Maybe he's talking about you.
Krillin fell. If he's referring to anyone as a she, it's definitely you, dude. Dude, in Dragon Ball Z, Krillin, the little short bald dude who does the Destructo disc. You know him? 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 You know what I'm talking about? You know him? Do you know him? Yo!
What?
Like, nod or something. Fuck. Like, am I by myself? So, yes, you know Krillin? It's okay to say no. You don't have to lie to the people.
I don't know.
I know you lie to me a lot. But
Let me
lie to
see.
the audience, dude. Short ball, dude. Destructo disc. You fucking zoom.
Yes, I know him.
Fell in love with a robot.
Sounds like you.
Android 17, dude.
Sounds like you.
Look up Android 17 now. No, just look up Android 17. First reaction. What does she look like to you? Yeah. Whoa. Like all of a sudden you're thinking about it to yourself. Like, what,
no,
really?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
That's pretty wild, dude.
It's no. I could see you doing that.
I mean, listen, dude. Maybe. In any case, dude. What was I talking about? Doesn't matter. Sabrina Carpenter, he says, is the she pisses him off.
Why? Classy lady. Dresses nice.
I can't believe you think that, dude.
She's classy.
Why do you think she's class? You know what? I'm not going to get into it right now. Ernie says Boo Saga was my absolute favorite and what got me into DBZ, but nothing beats Naruto.
Nothing beats Avatar.
That's tough, dude. That's not true.
It is true.
Dragon
like
Ball Z
Avatar Last Airbender.
Dragon Ball Z
Hell
definitely
no.
does, dude.
You're
Dragon Ball Z
shot, bro.
definitely
No,
does. hands
Avatar
down.
Last Airbender the best.
Angelo says she weird as fuck. Yeah,
Weird is good
dude.
in girls. You don't want some basic
Yeah,
chick.
no, yeah, dude.
You want a girl with a little personality,
Yeah, she got a little something,
a little quirkiness.
a little STD.
No.
No, I can't say that on
She's
on
clean.
air, dude. I'm sure she gets tested. You know, she's best healthcare probably.
She's clean.
makes
She's a
mad
good girl.
money. You don't. How do you know that?
I know her.
It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, Mike.
No, it's not.
Probably
at all.
is,
No,
dude.
she's probably been with like you count on one hand.
One hand.
Yeah.
How many fingers do I have on that one hand?
5. That's not a lot for a chick. It's more than you.
I hope this gets to her. I'm gonna chop this up and tag her.
Do it. Yeah.
Yo, give us
You're
your body
welcome.
count. Yeah, you're welcome, world. My name is Michael.
No, I'm
Come see
defending
me.
her.
Yeah, you're defending her. Do you want then she'll be like, yo, like this guy defended me. Like, let's go. Yo, like,
That's not my intention here.
Main Magic Mike. Like, is that her original name?
It's
Like, she was
just,
the
you
first
know,
one
there's
that
a
had
double
that.
standard between men and women, you know. I think she's a classy lady. She's doing her thing.
Good time to mention here. We have our drink of the show here, Miller High Life, baby. If she doesn't drink Miller High Life, she ain't classy. Where's she from, by the way?
Pennsylvania, I think.
Oh no, dude! Fucking Quakerville, Quakertown. Nah, yeah, dude. Angel says, "F yeah, Naruto is the best, dude."
Nah.
Honestly,
Yeah, she is from Quakertown.
What?
She is.
Like Quakertown.
Yes.
Oh shit! No way.
What do you mean,
dude.
no
It's
way?
over,
No, it's not
dude.
over. She's a good girl.
Like,
She
you're
got a
probably
good
talking
family.
about how old is she?
26.
So she was probably like until 21. It was probably
No,
all.
she was on Disney Channel.
She was.
Yeah.
Oh, so how she was? So she wasn't like Quaker,
Listen,
like Quaker Oats in the box.
her aunt is Nancy Cartwright.
Who's that?
You don't know who Nancy Cartwright is,
If I
dude?
saw her name, sounds familiar.
Like, come on, bro.
Who is Nancy Cartwright? What? You don't even know who she
She's
is.
the voice of Bart and a bunch of other people.
Oh, that's her aunt.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Oh, God. It's not nepotism.
Nepotism,
She
dude.
worked really hard to get to where she is.
Yeah, she did something really hard. Okay. And then sorry, Ernie. It's either DBZ, Naruto, Attack on Titan. Interesting, dude. Or Bleach. Top 5 anime. Well, you only named 4 right there. DBZ, Naruto, Attack on Titan, or Bleach. Top 5 anime. Maybe is he thinking Avatar Last Airbender? It doesn't really matter, dude. How about Ernie? If she drinks beer, she isn't classy. Come on, man. That's not true. Ernie agreeing with Angelo. Yes, dude. I haven't really gotten into Bleach. I was actually big into Full Metal Alchemist when I was in high school. That shit was pretty fucking wild. With the kid, the spirit, right? They're trying to get their dad back or some shit. And they fucked up, and the spirit took their body. The soul, the brother, went into the full body, who wasn't the Full Metal Alchemist. He was just a regular metal guy. The guy with the metal arm was the Full Metal Alchemist. And everyone, it was the running joke of the show, dude. Oh, you're the Full Metal Alchemist. He's like, nah, this guy is. And he was just like a regular person except for the metal arm. It doesn't matter, dude. Naruto was sick, too. We can do a whole fucking episode on anime, dude, but we're not. All right? We're talking other stuff. We're talking better stuff. We're talking missionary, dude. Superbad? Anyone? We're talking when she's on the bottom and I'm on top. Yeah. Come on, you got with me here, Superbad? Come on.
No, it's a great movie.
Why are you being like that? They make me look like a fool in front of the people, dude.
No, you didn't even cut to me.
What? Oh, stop
was like
it,
this.
dude. Angelo, Boruto sucks. Yes, it does. And then Nathan Green says, get their mom back. Edward was the Full Metal Alchemist. It was the mom. It's really, really sad, dude. That was the one thing about anime, too. I feel like we're not so much Dragon Ball Z, because anyone who died was always just like brought back to life. And I feel like Goku was always so happy-go-lucky all the time. But like Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, certainly. Talk about being fucking sad. Gundam 2 was like at some points. I was like, dude, I'm just like trying to watch this. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I'm getting all emotional. Like, this is bullshit. Get me out of here. Like, we're definitely with fucking the Uchiha clan. When you start learning about his brother Itachi, murdered the whole fucking clan. Sasuke and then Gaara's backstory too. Damn, dude. Even when they flash back to like Orochimaru when he was the kid, Hokage was like trying to like be good with him, but it was just oh man, never, dude. It was never there for him. So he was just a kid and wanted some love, you know? Had no love. Got bitter. Took on the world. All right, dude. Let's get out of here, dude. Yeah, Brian Barnaby says, yo, dude. Angelo says, that was the weirdest shit I've ever seen, Tony. Then Brian says, what's good, fellas? Wait at the station with Matthew. Let's go, dude. The beers and the bats, Brian. Keith says, 21 Jump Street. Thank you, Keith. Brian Barnum getting jacked up for Arthur Avenue, dude. Stoked, dude. He's going for the vodka, penne vodka, Michael. Wouldn't you kill for some pasta right now, dude?
I'm going to be getting it this weekend or next weekend, so.
What do you mean?
In Staten Island.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yo, the menu's going to be sick, dude. Now it's just me and you Saturday and Sunday.
For real?
Yeah, right? Because no one, like,
Dang,
Barnes and Matt are leaving. Riley's not going. Okay, yeah. You know what? I would love to be home alone with my parents, dude.
No, I'll be there.
No.
I'm going to be there. Are we bringing the PlayStation 5 with us?
You want to bring the PS5? Yeah, we could. You want to watch me play Indiana Jones?
You want to watch me play 2K?
We can both play 2K. I got 2 controllers now.
I know, it's true.
It's crazy, dude.
Sick.
But yeah, dude, I'm stoked. Meatloaf Thursday, excuse me. Friday's pizza when we get back, I think. Saturday, we're going out, dude, for dinner.
Where?
Oriental Plaza.
What's that?
Oh,
that's
dude.
New for me.
It is new for you, dude. And I haven't been there, I don't know, probably like 2 years.
Sounds Oriental.
It is. It is a Chinese food restaurant that is fire.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Fried rice on point, the lo mein, the General Tso's. Sushi, dude. Sushi.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Owners, dude. The owners are like these 4 Chinese guys. Hell of a time. Shots at the table. Fucking on us. Let's go, dude. They're in suits. They're Chinese. Sake.
They love it.
Oh, yeah, dude. And they love America, man. And that's what you love to see, dude. Anyone who loves America loves me. I'm America. All right, dude. Matthew Gabriel, absolute fire, dude. Matthew, pumped for the food. Wow. Yes, Brian also pumped just talking about it. Are we going to have to put him to bed, says Brian. That was asked quite a few times last year, dude. Brian, you know how Brian does it. Everyone from especially the TCA, you know, they all know. Ernie knows. Ernie knows what happens. You guys should try the cold sake, dude. Says Matthew.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know, right, dude? All right, we've got Joey Greenwood in the house, dude, with the Chinese flags.
You can tell the story you want to tell.
The Chinese flags. Dude, yes, this is actually a great. I'm really happy Joey's in here because I think this story should be shared with the world. Our experience, the theaters 28 years later. Joey, feel free to call in. Anyone call in, honestly. Phone lines open, red hot right now. 646-285-1259 on the bottom of your ticker. Over there, you'll find the number to call in, our office number. But so we do 28 years later. Obviously, this is the big release. By the way, just an FYI for you people, you folks at home, this movie, which we said is good, by the way, budget, Michael, $75 million, okay, which is the highest in this franchise compared to big.
You could tell.
Oh, yeah, you could definitely tell. I mean, it's a low-budget movie, technically, nowadays, I guess. Well, even for that, maybe not so much low budget necessarily, mid-budget, average budget. But obviously, getting some bigger names. I mean, Ralph Fiennes, Aaron Taylor Johnson, even his wife. I forget her name, that English woman. But in any case, dude, so far, I think it's got a $5.8 million at the box office. So I would imagine it's on pace, I don't know, to figure it out and be a profitable movie. But it is really impressive always to see what, you know, Alex Garland puts together because he's kind of known for that. You know, a lot of movies that he does. The do's and don'ts of Michael C. Theophil. Number 1, do not say a word. Sorry, I was getting distracted. People outside, people saying things, people looking at things. But yeah, Alex Garland, a great filmmaker in my opinion, a great director, writer, producer. Ex Machina is one movie he did from back in the day. Civil War more recently, right? The A24 film, which I really, really enjoyed. And obviously, the 28 days saga or 28 weeks, the 28 saga, has been nothing short of good. If anything, very entertaining for me, at least. And in my opinion, I love their take on what zombies are like. They are obviously threatening. They're threatening enough, I should say, right? They're not like, I guess obviously in this one we get introduced to the alphas, but, they're bloaters, they're regular zombies. They move fast, but they're still somewhat dumb. You can get around them, you can hide from them. But it is cool to see like the how they turn almost instantly to like once someone gets bit, like they're fucking like, no, I have like 3 hours until no, it's immediate, dude. So the world is cool. The world that he's created, and his take on zombies, I think for me is entertaining. And again, going back to his filmmaking style, Garland here, as well as Danny Boyle, who's his partner in crime here. Joey, I think Joey put it kind of cool. I forget the word actually Joey said last night. Not modern, not like avant-garde, but like not experimental in terms of the filmmaking. But it's like, it's somewhat artsy, I guess you could say. I mean, there's things that you not necessarily have to interpret, but it's not very like linear. The story is linear, but the way they shoot it, the things they show, they mix things up a lot too. The way things are shot. Everything from like large landscaping shots to really, really tight, shaky shots, from like far away from your subject at a long focal length, to those shots we were talking about with the iPhone, that rig, the 360 view, for some of the action, some of the zombie kills, and even the ones of chasing in the woods, where you all of a sudden you cut to like this kind of tight GoPro on a chest, looking up at someone's face, angle. But I really enjoy that. I think it makes the movie more entertaining, and the pacing is constantly changing. Like you can tell like when things are slowing down, and maybe they're like the scene where they're hiding up in the attic of this house. It kind of was like one shot, long shots as well, not a lot of cuts. And then obviously when you get to action, it's very, very sped up, almost like too many cuts. There's a lot going on, dude. And again, I think that stays true to really this entire saga. Cause Mike, we watched 28 Days Later yesterday, and that opening scene where they show you the apes, right, in the cages, like they're cutting like, I don't know, 60 times a second, right? Like a lot, dude. Let's say 20 times in 30 seconds. Let's say that, dude. Like bang, bang, ape, doctor, fucking whatever girl who's gonna get killed, idiot moron, this dude yelling, and then it's all tights and it's really, really abstract. Joey Greenwood said it is abstract. But I kind of like that. I'm an abstract guy, I'm not just read what you get. What you see is what you get. You can't just read the back of the book cover and know me, man. You got to dive in. Abstract. You know what I'm saying? Michael, would you consider yourself abstract?
Oh, definitely.
Right, dude?
Yeah.
Most people are, who isn't abstract?
Well, there are a lot of people that aren't.
Really? Like who? Like someone who's like two-dimensional,
anyone that really goes to these like bars and stuff.
What bars?
I don't know,
like bar A?
Like basic places.
Basic places?
Yeah.
Like local? Like local bar and grill?
Yeah, sure.
Local's pretty basic.
That shit is basic.
Yeah, but then you got the cheaters, though. Like, cheaters are pretty abstract. That's a pretty
Cheaters?
wild thing to do. Cheaters, like people who cheat on their family and go to the place.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's the meetup spot for the hookups and the hookers and the cheaters, dude? Like, that is abstract. Like, imagine, like, cheating on your wife is abstract.
That is.
So as an abstract person, would you do that?
No.
You don't think so?
No,
What if?
Not to my wife.
What if you're married? You're married, dude.
Mhm.
You're married, and it's like, you're okay.
Yeah.
Like you're not like you're successful. You personally, the family's good, maybe a good house, not a mansion or anything, and you're happy with your wife.
This is a super hypothetical, but yeah.
I mean, obviously this isn't real because it's not. You're not successful and you're not married. Sabrina Carpenter walks up to you. Hey, Like, I found myself in Fairfield. You're in Fairfield. Let's go down to local. You know, and you know what happens at local. Okay. What's your
What do you
answer?
mean? Like, what? There's got to be more context.
No, like she comes up to you, like on the fucking. What do you want? You want to put her? You want her? I'll put you in jail
Like,
thing. You
am I-
wanted to show the handcuffs?
No. Like, what's going on with my life situation? Everything's good.
I
My
just
wife's
said
happy.
to you. I just gave you the lowdown.
My
Like, you're
wife's happy. I'm
successful.
happy with my wife.
You're not like over the moon. Like we're still like we're young lovers here, but you're happy. Like you're like this is good. It's not like you're in shambles.
And my wife's beautiful, obviously.
Not like Sabrina Carpenter though.
Why?
Obviously. What do you mean why? Like because Sabrina Carpenter is a beautiful
I'm
woman.
gonna get a girl just as
Sabrina
beautiful.
Carpenter's like a 1%. Like she's up there, man.
I'm getting a 1% up there.
No.
Yes.
But
I'm
in this case,
I'm not
you
getting
didn't.
married then.
In this case, you didn't. Okay.
All right. Well, in this case,
She good family, Italian if you want, wherever, dude. She's happy. She's a good family too. Good family she comes
no,
from.
I'm not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do it.
Nah.
Not even just like, hey, just come on, like a drink.
Just a drink. No. Nah. Well, I mean, there's no problem with a drink.
Oh no! That's what
I'm
they all
not cheating.
say,
I tell my
dude.
wife, like, hey, I'm going to get a drink with Sabrina
Sabrina
Carpenter.
Carpenter. In what world is she okay with that?
She should be. She
I
trusts
don't
me.
care what wife or who or how.
She should trust me and know, like, oh, they're just getting a drink. But if she's not okay with it, then I'd say, all right, sweetheart, I'm not going to get that drink.
You wouldn't say, why don't you trust me? Now she doesn't trust me. I'm gonna never get you there now.
No.
All right,
Having the
dude.
wife and kids is too much.
Wait, what? Like you don't want to?
No, I'm saying
Oh,
like
with
to
cheating.
cheat and destroy a whole family.
All right, no kids, just wife.
Same thing. No,
Engaged, not married yet.
What are we happy or are we not happy?
No, yeah, you're on the high of wedding, but then
Oh,
like,
then come on. I can't do that. I'm not going to cheat on her then. All right, your marriage is in shambles. You hate her, she hates you.
Don't even look at each other separate beds at night.
I mean, come on.
Oh, dude. All right, let's get back to it
So
here.
the divorce is imminent.
For who?
You're saying if it's like separate beds and stuff.
No, because you're stubborn. You're both stubborn. You're almost like spiting each other to be in this marriage. That's how bad it is.
Oh, my
dude.
God.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right, dude. Joey Greenwood here brings us back to the movie. The intro scene with the kids in the TV room watching Teletubbies was the coolest scene in the entire movie. That scene, he says, felt real. Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. And again, I mean, you know, obviously there's many ways you can go about that, you know, showing kind of what was going down, but obviously the focus there was on the kids, specifically little Jimmy, dude. But even before that, you know, I mean, you don't really know what's happening. You know, at first you're kind of like, you're watching these kids, Teletubbies, cool. There's definitely maybe some noise going on, but like there's mad kids in the room. Maybe there's like a family party. One woman was kind of distressed when she opens the door, but it's like, hey, like, you know, there's always like an argument or something at a family dinner, you know, a family gathering of mad people. It's bound to happen. So you're kind of thinking like, all right, maybe this is just like whatever, adults being adults. And then there's the fucking slowly getting uneasy, dude. And you're like, oh, like, what the fuck? And the mom comes in, and it's like, you know, it's one thing again, if there's an argument, hey, just stay in the room. But she's like, see, don't fucking move. Don't you move. And then you're like, oh man, like this is it, dude. And then it's just silent. And then it's like, you know? And then they fucking, oh, that kid goes to that door. Thank God he goes to the door, you know? Because if he didn't go to the door, he would have been eaten with the rest of the kids. But instead, he's good, dude. And he just watched all his siblings and cousins get eaten, which is wild, dude. But yeah, that was a really great scene. Talk about the stuff I snuck into the theater. Joey wants that stuff. Yeah, dude. All right, so, you know, Mike and I, met Joey there at the parking lot. Classic AMC Trumbull. Wouldn't have gone anywhere else, honestly. That really is the best theater around, I think. Yeah. And then next time we're doing, Joey, mark this down for, I guess maybe we can try next week for F1 or 2 weeks from now, excuse me, or we wait for Fantastic Four, or we wait for Superman or something else. But
Jurassic Park.
We're not going there, dude.
Why?
No, I'll see it.
Thank you.
But I'm going to rip it to shreds afterwards.
What if you love it?
Then I'm going to say I like it.
All right, then shush.
But that's a highly, like, you're more likely to you cheat on your wife, happy married kids than me like this movie. Bang. How about that? So anyway, Joey Greenwood, we met him there. So he has his stuff. We have our stuff in our car. Classic. We did the well, we went a little outside the gray lines here. Gas station, child labor laws, Swedish fish, watermelon, whatever we did. Wasn't a good job, but we did Reese's Sticks, great call, and M&M's, peanut. That was sick, dude. So obviously we bring into the movie theater. Joey on the phone, yo guys, you there? Yes. Awesome. Can you help me with some stuff smuggling in? And we're kind of like, I mean, we got our own stuff, you know, but yeah, we can try, which I definitely could have stuck some more shit under my hoodie, honestly. But you know, again, I'm under the impersonation. Like I've seen people smuggle in obvious shit, like fucking McDonald's. Remember that time? Were you there with me? McDonald's next to us, which is just like offer me a fry at least. But in any case, you know, whatever. So they're there, Joey taking his time in his car. What's going on? And then he comes out and he's walking funny. Got the cargo shorts, got shit in there. He's bringing soda inside, and that's fine. Like that's great, dude. You bring all the soda you want. You bring the whole fucking dozen, 12-pack slides. Sit down. Oh, and even before we sat down, because this is where I kind of thought things were getting kind of weird with Joey, because popcorn machine, butter machine. All of a sudden, Joey comes out of the shadows. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I thought you were going to our seat. I guess I gave him the wrong seat number though. Also, so it was my bad. So so we get in there sitting down, and Joey was like worried he's gonna get caught, but he does smuggle in here multiple Solo cups. I think I saw 2 or 3. Bag of ice.
Bag of ice.
And I don't know how many cans of soda? 2?
2 maybe?
2 maybe. And then the Nerds clusters, which are fire.
Nerds rope clusters.
Yeah.
And peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, dude. Peanuts M&Ms. That's exactly what Joey did. Peanuts M&Ms. Joey says they should have McDonald's at the theater. He says 2 cans. Yeah, that would be kind of sick, dude. If you go to Staten Island, dude, you go to the fucking theater in the Staten Island Mall, full bar, fucking hamburger, while you're watching the movie.
They have that at that movie. Like, chill.
No, they don't.
They got a bar and burgers.
I can't like order food to my seat. What are you talking about, dude? And I'm talking like a real. That bar is laughable, dude. That bar is if I started serving alcohol out of this fucking desk. It's a joke.
No, it's a full bar.
It's a joke. It's a joke. They can't even mix a drink. It's the same person who runs the cash register. They just turn around.
No.
And then Joey says theaters need to step it up if they want to stay in business. Joey, so there's a threat right there, Michael. But in any case, we had a great time. I sat next to a woman. She was great. Joey, I think, had no one next to him, or the aisle, maybe, if that. Michael, obviously, gotta be in the middle. Let's see, dude. Keith asks, does that theater actually check for people smuggling things in? No. Not at all, dude. I mean, I said to Michael, you smuggle anything in that theater. And by anything, I mean anything. Yeah. Okay? All right? All right. I mean, it's obvious what I do. I have my hoodie over my arm, and there's mad shit in my arm, in my hoodie, dude. Like, easy money. They don't pay people enough to care. Honestly, I mean, you're probably right. They probably don't. I will say though, I mean, the group of people, some of the, maybe because they're young and they're like teenagers and they just have like a positive outlook and not really like, you know, they don't have like a bitterness or disdain for life yet. But some of those young guys, I guess guys, women, whatever, dude, they seem pretty happy to be there working at a movie theater. I mean, I would be. I'll fucking do it. Wouldn't you do that, Mike?
Let people sneak shit in?
No, Michael.
What?
Work at a movie theater.
When I'm young? Like if I'm in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Where right now?
Nah.
What if you're single right now? Sabrina Carpenter coming to you like, hey, whoa. Like we should have some time.
Okay.
I don't want to date you.
Okay.
but I want you to work at a movie theater.
Why would she never want? She'd probably not want me to work.
No, movie theater.
Why? Why does she want me to work there?
It's her fetish. She likes to smell.
I would do it for her.
She wants you to come home and smell like the butter and the popcorn.
I would do that for her.
And she's like, hey, like while you're there, like anytime there's like a specialty bucket, like you gotta bring home that specialty bucket.
Yeah, that's easy.
Easy money. Hey, I don't care if it's in the basement or wherever you guys fucking store.
Hello.
Hello, Joey Greenwood. You're live on Binge Buddies. What do you want to talk about, dude?
So yeah, I saw that it was getting a little slow and awkward on the show, so I felt like I needed to call in and save you guys.
What the hell?
Look. Let's get back on track. The movie.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I after we left the theater, I called them and I was kind of like,
don't mind Michael.
Yeah,
don't mind Michael.
Okay. I called these guys and I kind of wanted to give my 2 cents about, like, I mentioned how the movie was kind of abstract, and there was a few points in the movie that I felt like were a little kind of weird. Like this one part. I mean, I don't know how much we go into spoilers. Like,
no, we're doing full spoilers. Like, yeah, this is it, dude. We're dialed in.
All right. There's a point in the movie where the young kid to like escape, because they're kind of like the society that he lives in is kind of they're really careful about who they let leave and potentially come back. So he sets fire to their like resource shed or storeroom so that he can sneak out. And he like runs up to the gate and he's like, says to the guy on watch, like, you got to go help. There's a fire, then that way he can like get out. But I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, he fucked everyone. Like, that was so selfish.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
You guys even said he could have set fire to any other building and they probably would have had the same reaction.
Probably, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I mean, that is fucked up.
But that's kind of, yeah.
No, I mean, I get that. Were you like, I was kind of surprised, honestly, how much the story focused on him and his like relationship with his mom, relationship with his parents relationship as well. Like, I don't know if maybe you just like knew that going into the film. I don't know if you did any research. Maybe I just didn't do any at all. But like, did you know that what the story was going to be focused on? Like, I really thought it'd be more about the zombies. Yeah,
I mean, I think you kind of mentioned it like that. Like the 28 days, weeks, months, years series has always been kind of like, it's like the zombie apocalypse is kind of more of like it's not like the theme, it's like the backdrop, right? And then the story is about like, just like typical human problems, right? Yeah. Like a kid upset that his dad, his mom is sick and his dad doesn't seem to care, and the dad's cheating on her, and it's like it's like they have all that stuff in there about like kind of like the conflicts between humans. So it's like
teacher.
Like I feel like that's kind of the thing that they go for, which, to be completely honest, man, like I don't know if that's my thing. I thought that the movie, like,
nothing's your thing.
Yeah, Mike knows I hate everything, but I don't know. Like I think it's just like, it's like, I can enjoy going to the theaters and watching a movie. Like, right. It's like, it's not like I'm like, oh wow, that was such a waste of time. No, dude, it was enjoyable. I'm probably not gonna like rush to see it again. No. I'm definitely interested, because you guys said it's a trilogy, so I'm definitely like, maybe this is just like the slow setup to some crazy, maybe they're gonna have like a, Lord of the Rings, like Helm's Deep moment in the second one. You know what I mean? Like, that could be fucking cool. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, if they're setting up, something bigger, then this movie can be, it could be fine. Right. But if they're trying to like set your expectations for this movie, for what's going to come next, I don't know. I feel like it's just going to be a little underwhelming, because, not for nothing, the end of the movie was slow as hell. Like, there was a good point towards the end where it was just like very, like, it's almost like the fear of the zombies like went away for the last like third of the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you got into like Ralph Fiennes' character, the doctor, And I mean, clearly, I mean, that guy's been living on the land for like, what was it, a dozen years or 13 years, however long. So clearly the guy, like, you know, once he meets him, he shoots the alpha zombie. Like, he's like, yeah, man, this guy's been living here for years. Like, you have that sense of like, okay, well, like, clearly this guy's not threatened by the infected anymore. So you kind of lose that. And the end was, I mean, that interaction, they really like hung on like the kid talking with Ralph Fiennes and figuring out that the mom had cancer and you know, the whole honor the dead and stuff like that. You know, obviously, again, I mean, you want to go for like what to expect. You know, maybe we're gonna kind of, you know, revolve back to the doctor at some point, or those lessons that he learned in terms of honoring the dead or whatnot. But clearly, they wanted that to be an impactful moment on this kid, who I would imagine will be the center point for the rest of, you know, the next two movies.
Right.
So no, yeah, I mean, I am really interested to see what else they do. And I know obviously that like this is technically the third, you know, 28 Days movie, but like Alex Garland doesn't do a lot of like trilogies like that. Like at least the ones that I haven't seen anyway.
I thought Killian Hayes' role was the best.
Was that really him?
Technically, it was.
No, but was it him though? That zombie in the field.
It's supposed to be him.
So
Cillian Murphy, by the way, not Hayes.
You said Killian Hayes? What the hell is Killian Hayes? Dude?
I don't know.
Where's that from?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah, it's him.
Murphy. Yeah. What do you got, Joey? Say something.
No, I mean, you know, one other weird part was remember when they were building all that suspense when like him and the mom were like they were like hiding out in that like abandoned church or whatever.
Yeah.
And like there's that one zombie like crawling, getting really close to the kid's face while he's sleeping.
Yeah, the bloater.
And then they're like, yeah, and then they show like somebody like puts a bag over its head and then like
yeah,
you're like,
oh, mom.
They wake up and like what happened, and then they show you pretty much immediately that it was the mom, which is like weird because the whole time you're like, oh, this lady is like, she's not right in the head, she like kind of isn't aware of what's going on,
right?
But like for some reason that moment they had her turn into like the fucking Punisher. It was like crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought
that was kind of weird.
No, I thought that was stupid too.
I mean it was cool, but it was like it was kind of like, all right, like
made no sense.
That's the moment. Like in my opinion, that's the moment they should have introduced like another character, right? Like it was kind of weird because remember we talked about that guy, that French like Navy soldier guy, right? Yeah. Who has the gun. I felt like writing him in like didn't really add much to the story. They just want to be a cool scene where he fucking, you know, shoots the fucking, I don't even know how, was that the muzzle flash?
The muzzle flash that set off whatever gas he said had built up in there.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, I mean, the scene with the mom, I understand because it was. I don't know if maybe they were just like you said trying to build suspense. Because again, at that time, I was thinking, oh, like is this Ralph Fiennes maybe like bumping into them? You know, the doctor finds them in the church or whatever. So yeah, I can see what you're saying there. But I was thinking actually more about, because you mentioned that to us last night on the phone about the Swedish guy, and I would say the one thing he did I feel like add for me. And maybe I missed this earlier on, but I didn't realize like how developed the rest of the world was. You know, I guess I didn't really get, because I know in the beginning they say, oh, like this area quarantined, no one can move, no one can leave. But like I kind of assumed like even though we're 28 years later, like, oh, like probably the rest of society is at the same level as this quarantined island because that's what they're at. But then this guy, I mean, you know, he shows you the cell phone, the wife with the plastic surgery. Clearly, like the mainland is like pretty, I mean, I don't want to say back to normal, but at least technologically sophisticated, you know? So that would maybe be one thing where I can maybe now I know, like in the upcoming movies when they do, or if they do go back to the mainland, like it's going to be like, you know, regular world, I guess. But other than that, it was like one of those characters where he was killed off and it was almost like you expected it, honestly, you know, like classic zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to come back to the world being developed in a sec, but like the thing that I think that this movie could have used a lot more of was like, I think that they had too small of a cast. Okay. And they because you know how it is in like, you know, The Walking Dead or like, you know, just like other zombie movies or zombie shows, zombie movies. It's like you kind of like when there is like suspense. I feel like The Walking Dead, at least, like in the beginning, because I feel like most people feel the same way. The show started pretty great, and then just kind of, you know, towards the end, not that great. But
right.
at least in the first few seasons, like there was actual stakes because like people died. Like usually, like was something pretty serious, like a main character, maybe not everyone's favorite, but maybe like a comic relief character or somebody who like you had just started to respect through character development or whatever,
or someone you hate or something like that, like Joey,
or someone you hate and you're like fucking good riddance, whatever. But the whole point is that there's actual stakes. I felt like this movie did a lot of things where it was just like suspense, just building, and then okay, everyone's fine. And I don't know. I feel like when you do that too much, you kind of like, all right, I don't really care. You know what I mean? I don't care that you're building suspense and the music is swelling and all this stuff because you constantly keep pulling your punches.
Did you like? No, go ahead.
Yeah. No. That's basically it. I feel like the movie kept pulling its punches.
Did you were you ever at a moment where like when they first went out, Aaron Taylor Johnson and the kid, whose name escapes me, Kyle or something? Damn, what that was his name? I said it a million times.
Wait, the kid? Was
Spike, dude.
Played by Alfie Williams.
I don't know. I mean, like that first time, I kind of thought, maybe like Aaron Taylor Johnson's gonna die here, and the kid's gonna have to like watch his dad die. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there were points in the film where I thought maybe someone could die. Ralph Fiennes' character too. I thought maybe we would see him, maybe like do some like sacrificial. I've lived out my time thing. But yeah, I guess maybe that's just me. But I'm happy that they, didn't like kill off too many characters. But I guess, like you said, I guess if they had a bigger cast, you would probably see that, and you would have like, because like you said, a lot of times too, people do like attach themselves to characters who they like, who aren't like a main character. They're kind of like an ancillary character, where then all of a sudden you have that attachment, and then they do die. It doesn't necessarily affect the story per se that in a big way, but it affected you because they developed this character that you kind of enjoyed. Almost like when Ghost gets killed in Call of Duty, like everybody loved Ghost,
right?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and yeah, that's a good thing because it's like it's showing you that like something is gonna happen. Like when suspense builds, something is gonna happen, and I felt like a lot of times in this movie that it just nothing really ever happened. Like when the fucking guy, when the fucking French soldier gets got, you're kind of like whatever, because you're like we barely know this guy. We've seen him he's been in the movie for like 15 minutes and he's already dead. It's kind of like I don't really fucking care. You know what I mean? Oh, and can we just fucking? Oh, I want to get back to the mainland thing, but just like how goofy was the fucking ending with the fucking Austin Powers, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers? Like what were they? They were like Scottish dudes in like Adidas, like colorful
like
tracksuits.
Yeah, dude.
With spears and staffs, doing like acrobatics and fucking jujitsu and shit on the fucking zombies. It just that felt, I was kind of like, all right, like this is, I guess, the transition into the next movie, but like at the same time, like dude, the vibe was just I don't know. I feel like it's just like the managing the emotions or like the vibe control. I felt like was really poor in this movie. With like I said, the fact that they kept pulling the punches, like that's why I said in that comment earlier that I felt like the first scene was the best scene because it was like, I think a lot of people are really interested in like whenever there's like an apocalypse scenario, right? It's like it's usually it's a few years into the apocalypse, and it's like people are starting to like get used to like living and surviving in this apocalypse. But like people, I think, are always really like interested whenever there's like a zombie universe to like see how it happened, right? Like what is A Quiet Place? You know what I mean? Like when they showed, I think didn't they have a movie about that when it like first happened, and it was like
day one or whatever.
It was that like that stuff like that's fucking cool, and like I don't know. So I felt like. And the fact that, like I said, they were like frantically, rushing bringing these kids into this room to watch Teletubbies so that they like wouldn't be freaking out because the parents were freaking out, and it's like, I don't know, like that was cool. There wasn't really a lot to like. It was really like definitely a short scene. It was just like the intro, but at least it like something happened. I didn't really know these characters, but you saw a lot fucking happen. You saw the gravity. You saw like this is real. Like this zombie apocalypse is, and I feel like the 28 days later style zombies are, I think everyone would agree, are like probably one of the scariest variants of zombie.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Because they're like they are fast, they are aggressive. It turns you, like you said, it turns you very quickly if you get bit. It doesn't take a while. It's like almost instant, you know? So it's like, so seeing more of that, I think would have been really, really cool. And look, let me talk about this, the whole mainland thing. So I was a little bit confused in the beginning when they had that whole, because I think I was fumbling with my snacks and my beverages. All right. So, but like, so where, like when they were talking about the mainland, what was that, like mainland UK? Like what?
Yeah.
What? Okay. So and what island were they on then? For like the safe haven, where was that?
So in the beginning, it just said that there was a quarantine zone. Whatever was outside of the mainland was the quarantine zone. So it must be, I mean, they didn't specify any island. I think it was a nondescript island off of the coast. But obviously, like there's still they're somewhat attached, right? Because in low tide, you can go into the mainland. So it's just, I guess, maybe there are like kind of islands like that in that case. So, but I didn't realize, like I said before too, I didn't realize like how like strict those quarantine zones were, where it's like, once you're outside the mainland, like you're not, no matter what, like you're not coming back. Like if you're not a soldier out in patrol, like you're just not coming back ever, So
right. So see, like you're like the mainland Europe was like basically for the most part normal or safe, right? Because like it seemed like the virus was mainly, at least like I don't know about like the United States, but like the at least for the for like Europe and the UK, it seems like it's like okay the British Isles were compromised, right? And so the mainland Europe seemed like they like, at least the impression you got was that they successfully quarantined it to that island,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
or to the British Islands, so that's I kind of that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, all right, this mainland Europe is good. I just didn't know what island they were on. If they were like, oh, we're going to the mainland. At first I thought, are they like walking to Europe on this fucking jetty? It looked, I didn't really get that at first, like where they were going. But I guess that makes sense. But look, like I think something that zombie movies or zombie universes need to do a little bit better with is like, look, if you're telling me you still have like essentially modern society with like smartphones, you've got dudes with assault rifles and body armor, and I'm assuming that they said they have they have a navy, so they have boats and shit. I mean, they probably still have fucking aircraft carriers and jets and shit, right? So it's like I just don't really see, like I just feel like after 28 years, you probably could have just like firebombed entire, if you were really quarantining it and you're like, all right, it's compromised, we can't save anyone there. Like you would like zombie apocalypses at some point, the way that they're typically portrayed would have to be resolved at a certain point. Like people, the normal like humans would win after a certain point, because even if you're trying to be like, oh well, the zombies, like they were showing like the zombies eating worms, and like they would even eat like other animals and fish and stuff like that too, so it's like so it's like this, even if they were like, okay, you didn't have to worry about sustenance, right? Like it's not like you could just let them like wither away because they don't have any food. Like they would find food or whatever. Let's just say that. Even still, like if you're saying that Europe has like basically an army left still with like modern like munitions and fucking planes and boats and shit like that, I feel like you could just like nuke England, whatever, and just fucking you're done. You won. Like you fixed it. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, the England's fucked, but it's like it already was fucked. So I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I feel like that suspension of disbelief it can be kind of it's kind of a big ask sometimes.
Right.
It's like you kind of have to give me a better reason, and I feel like something that a lot of I feel like an easy solution to that for a lot of these things, and I feel like the Last of Us universe kind of does this, is making it airborne. Right? Because it's a lot harder to contain if it's an airborne virus.
Right.
And then you can kind of have that, like, I don't know if you ever played like the Metro games, you know what I mean? But it's like, like being like, okay, everyone's got to be fucking masked up, having gas masks, and it's just like you gotta, people basically are gonna be like living in vault, like airtight vaults and stuff like that. That kind of like it makes it so much more believable that it's like we can't really do anything about this unless we like vacuum out all of the air in the atmosphere. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's really no way to fix this unless somebody comes up with a with a like a vaccine or something like that, so that people can essentially breathe in the air and be fine. But I don't know. That's just kind of my take on stuff. I do have some, like, when it comes to zombie movies, I can suspend my disbelief a little bit,
Right.
but I think it was weird though that they were like, okay, there's this French soldier who's, like you said, he's got the fiance with the fucking fake lips, and you know what I mean, and he's got a smartphone, and it's just like, okay, well, if you have all that, you should be able to fix this problem. I don't know. That's my take.
No, yeah, I mean, it's a good take. I mean, obviously it's something to think about. I don't know if that's maybe the intention they want their audience to have, to kind of think about, like, and then they'll obviously, I would imagine, go into it, in the second film, where we would maybe reach more of mainland, see how exactly, like, if they are, they are still themselves, like, walled out to the rest of the world. Are they secluded? Obviously, the zombies have adapted. Like, they have these alpha zombies now, so maybe that they are still a pretty significant threat outside of the walls of major cities, or the major city they've rebuilt, sort of deal. So I guess we'll find out. I mean, you would think that the fact that they still are kind of combing, like, the outskirts of the country, or on the of these quarantine zones, that maybe they don't have access to big aircraft carriers or big airplanes to kind of canvas or to fly to other areas. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. What did you think of all the zombie dick? What did you think about that?
I loved it. I thought it was great. They just let it hang out.
Yeah, dude.
They had a bunch of pregnant zombies. You know what I mean? A bunch of these. It was great.
I mean, talk about pretty wild. I mean, and abstract. I mean, I've never thought I'd see a zombie give birth. Like that scene was pretty far out there, man.
Yeah. What was, like, does that actually make sense, right? For, like, a zombie to give birth and the baby to not be infected? Because the guy made a comment, the doctor, he was like, "Oh, the magic of the placenta," and it's like, is that, like, a real thing? Like, where it's like the baby is, like, shielded from, like, as I thought it was a thing where if, like, the mom's sick, the baby's sick.
I mean, I
thought that was kind of.
I mean, listen, I'm not a doctor by any means, but my understanding of the placenta is that it acts as, like, a filtration device for things going into the mom to the baby. So, I mean, again, this is a theoretical zombie virus, so I guess, like, why not, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even, so, I mean, I guess not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it definitely.
That mother.
Yeah, go ahead.
The mother must have recently turned, like, right. I think that's the thing. She must have been like very recently bit, because otherwise, like, if the baby wasn't getting food or whatever, the baby would die. So it must have been she turned very recently, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, dude. And what?
She looked like she had been a zombie for a while, though.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. And it was, I don't know if you felt the same way, but when she gave birth on the train and died, I guess, I forget, I think they ended up shooting her. Yeah, the Swedish guy ended up shooting her. And then they were running away, but then the alpha male was in the train. The alpha zombie was in the train. And he, like, picked up the pregnant bitch. And I don't know, I was getting, like, oh shit, did he, like, impregnate this zombie? Like, because it kind of seemed like he was almost attached to her. I don't know if you got that same vibe, or maybe it was just, like, what I thought, but, like, that's kind of what I was getting vibes of, which obviously in that case, that I think would make no sense. But again, I guess, scientifically, where am I coming from? Like, this isn't scientific, so.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't make sense. That would definitely add another layer of thread.
Yeah.
It was explaining reproduce. Then it's like, oh shit, that's the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but then it's like, okay, but if the children aren't zombies.
Dude,
right?
you're breaking up. Hold on. What'd you say? Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. What'd you say? If the children aren't zombies?
Basically saying that it's weird. If the children are born not infected, then if they're just going to get eaten immediately, right?
Yeah, you would think they're eaten immediately, if they're not infected, right? And then get infected, and then
right.
Like, at that point, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it definitely. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. I've never really seen that I know of, a movie or a zombie show to tackle the whole zombie gives birth.
Yeah, definitely weird.
Yeah.
But a little bit interesting for sure. Baby to, you know what I mean? Even though he didn't want to like go back home, which you thought like, I don't know, like I'm like, all right, this kid's just gonna go home, and you know, even if he still doesn't like his dad, he'd probably still want to like live in like, you know, like normal, you know, what's left of normal society to him. But like, you know, the fact that he goes off, I mean, I guess that's how they continue the story, right? He's like, I'm not coming back, Dad. I'm gonna be my own man. That's like the vibe I got. You know what
exactly.
I mean? He like drops the baby off. So he saves the baby, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of weird. I feel like the fact that he told them that the baby was from an infected mother. Like, what if they just killed that baby? What if, you know what I mean? Think about how like that society was. Like, I feel like that I wouldn't put it past those people to be like, oh, this is from an infected. We just got to kill it right now.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I was surprised he even told Ralph Fiennes, the doctor, that it was from a pregnant zombie, pregnant infected. Because again, you would just think with like, especially like when they first were running back from their first outing to the mainland, like that old woman was not opening the fucking gate for like a little bit until she was like, all right, they're not infected, and like. Now you have this zombie that was born, or this baby that was born from a zombie. You would think they would kill it immediately, but I guess not. I mean, I guess I kind of thought that would be a secret, but maybe
the doctor. I was going to say that the doctor definitely had this philosophy of like, we are the same, right? The zombies and regular people, we are still human, right?
You still honor the dead, yep.
Yeah, that was counter to the dad's philosophy in the beginning to be like, if there's no mind, there's no soul, which means they're already dead.
Right.
You know what I mean? And versus this doctor being like, no, dude, they're like, life is life, death is death. Like it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was kind of that thing of that he was in a position to be more open-minded about being like, oh, like I've never, you know, he's like, oh, I've always wondered about this, but I never really knew. And they said the baby didn't look infected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't.
The baby wasn't like acting like it had fucking rabies. So I guess they were like, okay, like, I guess it's just a normal baby. I don't know, you know? But yeah, I mean, yeah, that I think that about wraps up like what I kind of have to say about it. I thought it was a cool movie. Definitely like not my kind of like my ideal type of zombie movie. Again, maybe they're gonna like do something really cool in the next two. I just want to see at the end of it doesn't matter whether it's a zombie movie, like an action movie. So the last 20 minutes have to be like nonstop action, fucking kung fu, gunfire, fucking people sacrificing themselves to save others. Like I need to see that shit at the end of a movie. And all we got was fucking you know, the multicolored tracksuit Scottish kung fu team.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It was like cool, but also like, dude, whoa, like, and they made it really campy at the end, right? It was just like super lighthearted. They're like this whole time been like zombies are really scary, and they're like having fun killing. It's like weird, you know? I don't know.
I felt like it was a scene out of like Shaun of the Dead. Like I really did, especially like like I'm Jimmy. Let's be pals. And then like the classic like tag team, like, you know, handshake. And it's just, you know, it like you said, it was like that scene came out of nowhere. It was kind of an odd scene to have mixed into this movie because of the pacing, I guess, of the rest of the film. And then, you end on that note. It was definitely odd. But I guess, again, I mean, this is whatever they're going to lay down for the second one. Like now I think for the second one, we're going to maybe see some time go by, and then little Spike here is going to be part of their gang, having a good time, killing zombies, probably have some sick like hideout headquarters with the crew. And then, you know, we'll probably take it from there, I guess. But, you know, I guess we'll see. I mean, I think that this one thing the film I think did do, and you kind of talked about it in a negative or positive way, or however you want to look at it. I mean, is that it did kind of like keep you guessing in terms of the vibe of the movie and how they kind of shot certain things and the pacing of certain scenes. Like it did keep me on my toes. So
yeah, it did definitely kept you guessing about like where are they going with this. You know what I mean? Like you said, for better or for worse. Because sometimes for me, I'm kind of confused, and I don't like for me, it wasn't passing the vibe check, but again, like maybe they're gonna make more sense of it in the later movies. I got one last thing for Mike, if he's still around.
Yeah, he's locked in.
Is he still here? Okay, what do you think about the fact that Jimmy, right, the guy from the intro scene, the kid where he goes to his dad, who's the priest, right, and he gives him the cross. He's like, remember to have faith, and then the dad just like lets all the zombies eat him because he's fucking crazy. What do you think, Mike, about the fact that he was wearing the cross upside down?
Demonic.
That's it. Just demonic.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's it. That's all you can really say, from a simple-minded
He
person.
clearly
like
lost
Mike,
his
I guess,
faith
right?
along the way.
Well, I mean, I think.
Who does that remind you of?
Someone.
Michael.
It's on the
No.
It's the person on the phone.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's going to be maybe a little bit of a theme for these two guys, Jimmy and Spike, because clearly, I mean, maybe not clearly, but looking at that, like that cross represents what? Probably to Jimmy, not necessarily God, but his father, who clearly was
Being
a
a
priest or
bitch.
whatever, dude. But yeah, clearly he kind of was like, Dad, like, why? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Well, the little boy said, "Father, you have forsaken me."
Yes.
So clearly, he doesn't give a shit about God.
No, well, I'm saying though, but like he may blame God or blame his father for whatever happened to his family. And right now, what does Spike hate? He hates his dad for cheating on his wife, cheating on his mom, right? So like, I'm sure maybe that's going to play in terms of why they have a bond, why they're chill. Or you could think that they're just Satanists. I guess you could also do that, dude. But,
that's a possibility.
Yeah, no, definitely, dude.
Yeah, definitely weird that the dad. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess that one last little thing is that there definitely could be some kind of dynamic between those in the next movie, because it's like, didn't you get a little bit of like a culty vibe from that kid from Spike's Society? Like the songs they were singing, and like there was like some like religious, like it was like this, how like you hear about like the like, I don't know, like you think about how they were about like, oh, it was like a communist society, like no one owns anything, right? They had this public shower out in the middle of the street, and they're like, conserve water, conserve resources, only take what you need. Like it definitely had a little bit of that culty, nobody owns anything.
Right.
We all like kind of like hyper religious, but it's like, it was like some kind of like new religion that came about during the apocalypse to explain what's happening. And there's some, I thought it was going to be like, I thought they were going to make it where it was like the like leader of that society was that kid from the intro. That's where I thought they were going from it. I thought the story was going to focus more around the society and less like being specifically just about like the kid and his mom, yeah, definitely. I appreciate you guys inviting me out, and
of course, dude.
It was a fun time. Yeah, dude, thanks for having me, on the show, and yeah.
Yeah, dude, anytime. I mean, obviously, this was a great convo. Would you recommend this to anyone on the street, like random person? Hey, go to a movie theater. Hey, you should see this movie if you're down with zombie-ish movies. Like, would you recommend it?
Yes, with the caveat of being like, you need to go into it not expecting like, it's not like a nonstop action kind of thing, and it is definitely a philosophical movie. Like it leans more on that stuff. Just manage your expectations. Like it's not like I said, there's gonna be parts where they pull punches, and it's like we obviously kind of like spoiled a lot, so it's like you kind of already know what's gonna happen at this point if you're listening. But like yeah, it was still cool. Like if you're into like cinematography, like we were talking, you mentioned before, like some really cool rigs with the iPhones, and they did some really cool, like just cool camera work, cool lighting. I thought the lighting was really nice. Like definitely a cool film. I don't think I'm kind of a skeptic nowadays when it comes to like anything new being good. So I mean, this at least kind of is like, all right, one of those movies that you can enjoy. You could go to the theater with your friends, sneak in a bunch of Solo cups and some ice with some Stop and Shop brand ginger ale, and have a good time.
Yeah, dude, exactly. It's a great way to put it, dude. As always, Joey, appreciate you, tuning in, chiming in here. Definitely great to have you, and I look forward to definitely our next movie together, dude. I'm telling you, the Shelton B-dubs to the Trumbo AMC, we're gonna do that next time, dude.
Yes, we got to. B-dubs has an opportunity to redeem themselves.
They do,
if
dude.
If the Shelton one can deliver, and we have a waitress that is actually doing her job, then we'll see. Also, just to everyone, we're gonna finish Last of Us Part 2 on Sunday, hopefully. So
Michael's locked in, dude.
For that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's locked in right now.
I'm so locked in.
So locked in, dude.
All right, guys.
All right, cool.
All right,
dude.
Joey. Have a good life, dude.
Yeah, dude. Hit us up later if you're free or whatever, dude. It's great talking to you.
Yeah, we'll be at the Horseshoe.
Yeah, Horseshoe Cafe, Southport, Connecticut, dude. Check it out.
Yeah, we're signing autographs if anybody wants to check us out there.
Yeah, dude. Mike's doing it for $1. Mine's are $5.
Nice.
All right, later, dude.
All right, dude. Have a good life.
Joey Greenwood, everybody. Obviously, great talk, dude. For 28 years later, and like Joey, I also recommend the movie. You know, I would probably give a similar caveat, as it's not really your typical zombie apocalypse movie. None of them are. I mean, if you know 28 days later, if you know 28 weeks later, you know exactly what you're getting into. It is seamless in terms of the style and stuff like that. So you know if this is your first time seeing a movie like this, which is, it can be. Like, you don't need to see the first two to understand what's going on in the third one. Obviously, there's, Easter eggs, I guess, if you want to say, with, with Murphy's character, whatever. But by no means do you need to watch the first two. But again, like, know what you're getting yourself into. A little bit abstract is how definitely we should be describing it. So finally, I think as a rating here, I forget Manny and I changed the rating system out of 10. I think 3 now has become unwatchable, or was 5 unwatchable? I think 5 used to be unwatchable, but then everything was too high. So 3 unwatchable, 5 see it in theaters, 7 watch it multiple times, I guess, which I would watch this movie more than once. Even though it is a tough movie to get through, the topic is tough. Mentioned the zombie giving birth, the titties, the zombie titties, as well as the zombie dicks. It's a lot to watch. You may feel uncomfortable through it, but I would watch it again. I would give this movie like a 7.9, let's say 7.9. On the cusp of greatness for 8. But again, I mean, I think it's with context too. Maybe as I watch the next 2, the first one will be even better, sort of deal. Almost like an episode 1 Star Wars sort of deal. What would you think, Michael? Would you rate it? Are you recommending it?
I'm recommending and rating it out of 5.
Wow. Okay.
You're saying out of 5?
Oh, out of 10. Oh, no.
Oh.
3 is unwatchable. 5s are like seat in the theaters, but maybe like,
That was 5. That's crazy.
I think that's what Brian with Manny and I said.
I don't think so.
Because like 7 is like you should watch it more than once. And then obviously 8 and 9 is like, yo, this was fucking phenomenal sorts of shits. I think 3 being unwatchable is pretty reasonable.
I would say like, I don't know, 5.5 to 6 range.
You gotta pick one, man. You
What?
can't just be doing a range, dude. This isn't home on the range.
Just do 5.8.
I don't do it. You do it.
I'm doing 5.8.
All right. I'm going to put it in, dude. 5.8. Speaking of putting it in here, we have Keith Metzger, who says, seen the movie, but I've been seeing all over the TikTok people are talking about it. Wait, sorry. Keith says he's seen the movie, but I've been seeing all over the TikTok people are talking about it. Feels like there's like Power Ranger feel to it. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I said that last night. It's the gestures. It was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 95 when they lose their powers and they go get their powers in the island. It was a little corny. Nothing can ever compare to that movie. Obviously, that's like top 3 movies ever created in the history of the world.
Just like literally, just like take like Michael's idea today was to take his own level of credibility and throw it in the toilet.
No, if Power Rangers.
If you think Power Rangers top 3 movie ever made, top 3 movie ever made, the 1995 version of the Power Rangers.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
You can't name 3 better movies than that one. What are the next 2?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh shit, boy.
And Rocky 4.
And Rocky 4. I can't with that, dude. That's like put your hat visor down. Don't show your face around town.
No, to me, the Power Rangers is my favorite movie. Like, why
No,
can't I have
It's
that?
objective, very objective.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
So, like, it has everything I need. Great action, great acting, a tidbit of CGI.
Titty.
Great, not titty, tidbit. Great writing. And it's the Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Jason David Frank.
Would you say you're a big Power Ranger fan?
Mighty Morphin.
Would you say that Renee's coming in the door right now?
I would say that.
Have a great time, Renee.
Have fun, Renee.
Make sure you stretch
What?
before dancing. Oh, good. Pre-dancing stretching. Yes. Ah, too bad she's not good at dancing.
True.
Oh, boom. So you're a big Power Rangers fan.
Yeah, what about it? Mighty Morphin.
I was gonna get to this point that was gonna be really funny, but then Renee kind of all blew it up on me.
All right, we'll just move on.
Would you say like you honor the Power Rangers with some of the work you've done?
Sure.
Would you say that you write frequently about the Power Rangers?
I write
Like you write and speak frequently about the Power Rangers.
Speak. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
write.
Like have your own blog spot almost maybe?
No, I don't have that.
Called The Temple of Amy Jo Johnson.
No, it's not me. I swear.
Talk about the free publicity for that guy, huh? People are gonna be looking. Amy Jo Temple. By the way, Keith does say.
Keith probably made that page.
Ooh, yeah, Keith. Keith, by the way, corrected himself. Like, he said that he saw the movie, and then he said, I haven't seen the movie. My bad, basically. And then he says, pregnant zombies, question mark. LOL. Look at Dawn of the Dead. The baby was born a zombie after the mom was bitten. There we go. Dawn of the Dead. I haven't been dialed into the Dawn of the Dead series. But hey, man, I mean, it is good, and that's awesome to know that they've done it before there. And then Joey Green says, Lord of the Rings trilogy is the greatest of all time. Trilogy. Do you agree with that?
In terms of trilogies,
I can name one better.
I'd say so.
Okay.
What's better?
Back to the Future. Like, hands down. way
You're
better,
a
dude.
shot. That third movie's beat.
What?
Where they're in the freaking.
They're in the Wild West.
Yeah, like no. The only hard second to Lord of the Rings is the TMNT original 3. Live action.
That third one, though. Was the third one they go to Japan?
Yeah. You love that.
Mm-mm.
It's weird because they had Casey Jones in the first one.
It
Don't
is
have him in the
weird.
second one. Bring him
Yeah,
back for the third one. And he's in New York City just chilling with the Japanese dudes, teaching them how to be a New York.
I mean, I can't,
person.
dude. I can't with that. But no, Back to the Future definitely way better. The Old West, dude. 1857.
You don't know.
I think
man.
he's in.
You don't know, baby.
Or is it 1855?
You
It's
don't
either,
know,
or
baby.
1885, because
You
the
don't know,
original
daddy.
date was 1985. They went back to 1955, and then he accidentally. Dude, first of all, like that scene at the end of Back to the Future Part 2 is probably one of the greatest scenes in all of film. Okay? Michael J. Fox, like, what a fucking actor he is, man.
Was.
He still is an actor.
But he's not as good anymore
Why?
because he has a disease.
What disease is that?
Parkinson's?
You think so?
Mm.
It is Parkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he still is an actor, dude. But that scene, dude, the Doc's alive. The fucking oh my
Is
god.
the second one where it's like he's in the future?
Yeah.
That one's a good. That's a
That
good
one
movie.
is so good with
It
Biff
is.
takes
Yeah,
over.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
my
remind me of
God.
Biff.
Stop it. Dude.
It's crazy.
You're so dumb, dude.
Like if there's any like movie character
Yeah.
that encompasses you, it's
You
Biff.
remind me of George McFly, but before he became set when he was at the Loser with the stories. I write stories.
I get the babe.
Science fiction stories.
I get the babe.
Yeah, but they're miserable.
No, they're not.
Before they're successful and he writes the book and,
Yeah.
and his son helps him out. No, I'm saying before that though. When they suck.
Yeah, but eventually
When
it
they
doesn't
suck.
matter. Eventually it
when
happens.
they suck. No, you're when they suck.
No, but it
And you're always gonna
happens.
suck.
No.
No, dude. Oh, Lord of the fucking Rings, dude. One ring to rule them all. All right, dude. Well, that concludes our broadcast day. No, it doesn't. Not even close, actually, because it just concludes really 28 years later. Michael wants to talk about how to train your dick. and
How to Train Your Dick.
and Tulsa Dick.
A Mad Dick I'm going to be
Train
talking
Your
about.
Dick, Tulsa Dick, and then
What do you want me to go with first?
And then
baby?
there was Dick
Tire
Tires, Tire Dick, dude, Rubber Dick. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is all you. I haven't seen.
All right.
I haven't been watching any of this shit. So come, my lady, sugar butterfly.
So, How to Train Your Dragon.
Bang!
I'm gonna just say this right now. Clip it. Is the best live action from cartoon to live action made, and probably will be made for some time.
Do you?
What?
That's just funny the way you said that.
I think a lot of future cartoons turned into live actions should take a good hard look at this movie. Gerard Butler, amazing. I mean, he really embodies his character. Nico Parker, who's Astrid, Mason, Thames, Hiccup. Nick Frost is in it. Tony, I don't know if you know him. Julian
Of course,
Dennison.
Nick Frost, Shaun of the Dead. Yes, dude, stop it.
Just all the characters did a great job. The movie's so well done. I'm excited for them to make another one. I hope they do.
What was your favorite scene?
Favorite scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say probably towards the end when Toothless saves Hiccup after they battle this major mother dragon that's like feeding on even dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And Toothless saves Hiccup, and then Stoic the Vast, Gerard Butler, has a moment with Toothless, thanks him for saving his boy, and it changes the whole village and changes the destiny, if you will, of the people on that in that village. So I would say that it was very Hiccup and Toothless bond. It makes you want a dragon. Let's just put it that way. This movie.
Now, you said to me that this movie was like a shot for shot with the animated one.
Yes.
Would you have done anything differently with that?
No.
No. Keep it the same. Like
Yeah,
that?
why? The first How to Train Your Dragon's Fire.
I haven't seen those.
Well,
I haven't
I'm just
seen any of
saying.
them,
Well, let's
dude.
go. Let's watch it. It's always playing out front.
It's always playing out front, but I'm out back.
Let's just get in the front.
Just got.
But yeah, if you haven't seen this, go see it. Even if you're like with your girlfriend or with your kids or with your boyfriend, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're doing, you could go with any age group, old to young.
Wilder went with Sharon.
Sharon didn't like it. You
Speaking
said
of any age group, he said it was good. He said, but he didn't see the original. He doesn't know anything.
But did Wilder see the original?
I didn't get a chance to ask him.
I ask him.
By the way, this shit in Lord of the Rings with fucking Liv Tyler, that shit, get out of my face.
No, you're just a
I
hater.
can't with that. And then when she starts singing and shit,
You're just a hater. Liv
I'm not a
Tyler's
hater,
fire.
dude.
You just hate the
You're
Tylers.
a dick taker.
You just hate the Tyler family. Steven?
They're not related.
That's his daughter.
They're not related, dude. You're so dumb. I can't
No,
believe
he's
you
not.
thought that, dude.
Yes,
I
they
can't
are.
believe you thought
Yes,
that,
it
dude.
is.
I can't
Steven
believe,
That's his
dude.
daughter.
You're so dumb. No, yeah, it is his daughter.
You're so dumb.
But you thought you were wrong for a second.
No, I didn't.
You
I
doubted
wanted to
yourself.
just come.
Come
I didn't
tard.
doubt-
I want to come tard.
All right, let me go to the GOAT show out there right now. Tulsa King, baby.
Wait, we got to rate out of 10. We got to do the rating system. Are you recommending it?
How to Train Your Dragon, 7.5.
Better than animated, though.
It's the same thing.
Is it better? Did you enjoy? Which one would you, if you had to go watch one? Like, don't look at me like that.
They're the same movie, so it's hard to tell.
Exactly. So what do you want?
I don't care.
Do you want an
One day I
animated?
might want the animated. One day I might want the live action.
You're on the street right now. You're married, happily married.
Oh my
No. You gotta pick one.
Sabrina
Pick one.
Carpenter comes up to you and says, which one do you want to watch?
You're totally single. Sabrina Carpenter says you can be in my fucking prison sex dungeon, but you gotta pick one of animated or not animated.
And it's like, based off that decision, I get to go in there?
Well, you have to just make a decision.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, just make the decision. But that's the one you're with then. Like, that's it. And then if she finds out you were lying, no more sex
I
dungeon.
can never watch
no more
the
sex
other one
dungeon.
again?
Yes.
Wow. I'd go animated then.
Yeah, dude. Joey Groover says you can tell they're related by the lips.
Which lips?
Which lips of Liv Tyler? That's fucked up. You're nasty, dude.
So anyway, moving on.
Yes.
Tulsa King. Best mafia TV show made. Go ahead, I'm waiting for you. There you go. It took you long enough. He hasn't even seen it.
Yes, I have.
Sylvester Stallone, Andrea Savage, Dana Delaney, Garrett Hedlund, Scarlett Rose Stallone, Tatiana Leah Zapardino, Neil McDonough, Frank Grillo. You know him?
I know the entire Grillo family.
Do you know Frank Grillo? You don't.
Name sounds familiar.
Look him up.
I'm sure
He's
if
in
I
it.
saw him, I would know who he is. I'm sure if I
Frank
saw him.
Grillo's in this. Jay Will. Yeah, he's in it. You like him. He was in a Marvel movie, wasn't he?
He's all right, dude.
He's all right.
He was like one of the fucking secret agents and like one of the fucking grunt guys in Captain America.
Where's my boy? He got killed off.
Yeah, good. They should all die.
No, it's a great show. So basically, Dwight Manfredi, the general, he serves 25 years in prison and is exiled by his boss to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, he realizes that the mob family he knew has different interests.
City girl.
They kind of fucked him over a lot, so he becomes his own man.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
That's right. It's exactly what he does. And it's just a good show if you're just trying to, you know, get away. You know what I'm saying? Put on something, forget about this, forget about that.
Where do you find it?
You can get it on Amazon Prime or the Roku or YouTube. So yeah, go check that out. Now this show, comedy TV series, best one out right now. Tires, Stephen Gerben, Shane Gillis, Killa Fox, Stavros Halkias, Thomas Hayden Church, George of the Jungle, Andrew Schultz,
Sandman,
Chris O'Connor. Hilarious. Only thing sometimes is when I'm watching Steve, aka Will, he like, how old is he? Because he looks old as shit.
He does.
And then he looks young as shit at the same time.
You like that?
No, it's just weird.
Steve Gerben, 30. Doesn't say.
It doesn't say how old he is.
I mean, normally, do you see it? Like, do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it?
Mid 40s.
I'll give you.
It's estimated. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. He's not even like his IMDb page isn't even like.
They don't want like him. He probably is like weird, like that other person we know that doesn't want people to know their age.
Who's that?
You know who?
You know who?
Shane Gillis. So essentially, Shane and Will. Shane plays Shane, by the way. Will's dad owns a tire shop. A couple of them. Shane's a cousin. They work. He's a mechanic in it. Will's a manager. Just a hilarious back and forth and trying to get the business better than it was. And it's just so funny all across the board. And when Thomas Hayden Church, Phil, that's Shane's dad, Will's uncle, comes into the fold, he buys the business from his brother. And it just gets even funnier from there. I want to see if they're renewing it for season. What the hell are you looking up?
Taylor Sheridan. Because Keith Metzger says, doesn't Taylor Sheridan do that show, Tulsa King? He made Yellowstone. Anyone? He co-created.
100% chance that Tires is renewed for season 3. So that's good because I want more. But it's currently unknown. Which is like, come on, what are you freaking doing?
By the way, confirmed Keith. Taylor Sheridan created Tulsa King, which he now co-writes with Terrence Winter. Terrence Winter is from New York City. He went to St. John's University.
So you should respect this show, Tulsa King.
I don't have to, and I don't because it's bad.
You never saw it.
I have seen
You haven't watched it through.
No, I haven't
So
watched it
therefore,
through.
you cannot have any opinion on that show.
That's ridiculous. So you can have an opinion on FUBAR.
I'm going to watch it. As of right now, it is dick. The only good thing...
You can have an opinion. You cannot have an opinion.
I
You
can't.
can't.
That's
You
why I haven't
can't.
brought it up.
You just
That's
did.
why I haven't
You
brought it
just
up.
said-
You brought it up.
But you said it's dick.
I said the first
You
episode
didn't have
is.
to say that. You didn't say
The
that.
first
You
episode
said so
is.
far it's dick. And you love dick. So go on about tires.
I just think it's a great show. If you're looking something to laugh to and like laugh out loud,
you're
I
looking
laughed
something.
out loud many times throughout the show. Did none of that.
Yeah, you did, dude.
It's
You did a lot
funny
of
because
that,
there's this
dude.
one
This is-
scene
whoa.
where Will's talking to a customer, and she's kind of like, it's kind of like a flirty moment, and he's like, she's like, my name's Jennifer. He's like, oh. She's like, for my car information, you know. He's like, oh. He says, I'm Will, you know, and then he's like, oh well, I'm still Will, you know, and then all of a sudden you hear Shane. It's like, right, and he gets on the intercom. And he's like, we've got Will, we've got the whatever you need, and it's like loud on the intercom throughout, and he's like, just fuck me, Will, and stuff like that, and the customer's like, and Will's like, well, your car will be ready in a little bit, and to be honest, that could have been a lot worse. So yeah, see you soon.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious.
That's funny, dude.
What else? Let me see if I could dive into the records of one more.
What?
Dive into the records.
Come on, what do you got? What do you got? Here you go. Clock's ticking. Clock's
I
ticking.
know. There's just so many.
Crowd's getting restless. What do you got? Give him something. Give him something.
Oh,
Joey Greenwood. Oh no, dude.
Joey Greenwood could blow me.
What do you got? Blow him, Joey.
All
Blow
right,
him.
So, they go onto a radio show to promote this tire sale they're
Classic.
doing.
We did that.
Okay, no, but this is
Yeah.
so Will sleeps with they do earlier in the season they do a bikini car wash.
Classic.
Okay, necessary.
Seen the scene.
Will at the end of it gets assumed that he goes and sleeps with her. She's like, you wanna? And he's like, huh? She's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Nice.
and so they're in the radio room, and they're because before that they're in another part of the radio studio where they're doing their shtick, like, come to the radio, and Shane's like, you gotta yell more.
Yeah.
Right. And so then they're like looking, and he's like, yo, fuck, dude. Like, he's like pointing, he's like talking to the producer. He's like, it's Miss October on the calendar. It's like, he fucking fucked her. And he's like, no, he didn't. He's like, yeah, dude, you fucking fucked her. Yo, Will, you fucked Miss October. And puts the thing up on the glass. And he's like, you know, he's shy and nerdy. And they move forward from it. And then they're like, oh, like, you guys, the producer's like, you got to talk about this on our radio show. It's live right now. And he's like, well, I'd rather talk. Could we also talk about like our tires for discount?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, dude, whatever the fuck you want. It's a live radio
yeah.
show. They go on there. Like, oh, we got Will and Shane in the house. Blah, 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 from Tire or whatever. So Shane, so Will, we hear you fucked Miss October. He's like, tell us about it. He's like, well, she was a really respectful lady, you know, and we had a good night. We had a good time. And he's like, yeah, did you want her?
Yeah.
And then he's like, why don't we ask her? Let's get her on the line. And she's like,
no.
she's like, they're like, so tell us how it was. And she's like, top 5. And they're like, whoa. And Shane's like, yeah, man. He's like, top 5. And she's like, yeah, you like to do this thing, blah, blah. He's like, so you're the clitoris king. Shane's like, you're the clitoris king. And then like Dr. Clitoris in the building. And then like throughout the rest of the show, like they'd be like they had like an old retired NASCAR driver, alcoholic, ruined his career type thing,
Classic.
signing autographs at the tire shop. And like the radio ad goes on. It's like, meet Tony Materiello, former NASCAR champ, signing autographs at the tire shop. And don't forget, Dr. Clitoris is there also to give you your tidbits on how to get it, and shit like that.
That is funny.
So it's just good stuff. It's good humor. Even Joey was laughing when we were watching it.
You were watching it with Joey?
When we ate before Gaming Corner, I introduced him to the first episode.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. He's jealous or something?
What? No.
You're like, what are you watching with Joey?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he even said, I liked what he said. He said,
I'm gonna be a dad.
I'm gonna be a dad. He even said Shane Gillis was needed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The guy saved Bud Light.
He did.
Yeah, literally. Saved Bud Light.
Yeah. He's good. I like him.
Party like a rock star, kick a little ass.
That's right, baby.
This was last scene. And, Will's on the phone. It's like season 1, episode 2, so it's early. And he, orders 4,000 tires. No, you're not supposed to.
Oh.
Like, it's way too many.
Yeah.
He's like, but I got a really good group discount because of how many I ordered. He's talking like the general manager back there. He's like, you're a fucking moron, Will. You didn't even know there was a discount till after. Oh. And then all of a sudden, he's on the phone still, and Shane comes in. He's like, is everything okay? He's like, just please go away. He's like, oh, you want me to do what you like?
Yeah.
He's like, no, please go. And he's like, oh yeah, and he starts getting down and giving him air dick, and he's
what
like,
the fuck?
You want me to tickle the balls for you? You want
What the fuck?
They're
dude?
dying laughing.
You
on
love
the
that,
phone.
dude.
I do.
Yeah,
I love
you
that
guys
stuff.
sucking dicks.
I do love guys sucking dick. There you go.
Yeah, dude.
So it's just a great show. It doesn't care about any agenda. Why are you taking that note down? Don't. You're not making that promo. No, because there's context to it. You're not doing it. I don't care. Whatever.
You do.
No, I don't. I know the truth.
The whole world gonna know the truth.
Listen, if it'll get us more viewers, sure, whatever.
You'd suck dick for more viewers?
No. To have people think that, sure, whatever.
Oh. What if, dude?
Sabrina Carpenter says, in order to get into my dungeon, you have to suck dick.
Oh, dude. All right.
Well, this is great. What
do you got, dude? Recommended rating?
I totally recommend it. It's the best comedy out right now. What other comedy show is out there?
That's new?
Yeah.
That's new. It's a good question. I don't know, dude. Sticks? Have you watched Sticks?
Apple just
TV.
Started The Boys, so I'll let
That's
you guys
not
know
comedy,
about that.
though.
Just started watching The Boys, so I'll let you know about that next Binge Buddies.
All right, cool, dog.
Mike out.
Mike out. Keith Metzger says, you guys check out Vice Principals. Or you know about that show. Danny McBride, Walton Goggins, Vice Principals. Not the Gems
But that's
one.
on HBO or
Righteous
something.
Gemstones, yeah, Vice Principals.
Yeah, I don't
is
get
good.
that shit.
Yes, you do. I gave you my shit, dog.
Yeah, I got to check on my phone.
Joey
if I
Greenwood
saw
said
it.
best clips are taken out of context. Bang! Speaking of bang.
Rapid fire news.
Rapid fucking fire news. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, coming at you real quick now. Bang! We have a little box office update. Ballerina box office. There it is. It's up there. I almost lost it. Oh, I see what happened now. It's okay.
What, did they lose money?
I will fix it, dude. Ballerina box office so far, it's been pretty good. Not gonna lie, dude. So far, it's been made $95.1 million. Okay, dude. In the box
People
office,
just want to see
it's been
Ana
out
de
2
Armas
weeks. Ana de
naked.
Armas. Yeah, but see, that's not true. Well, I mean, it is true, but you can see her naked online, like in other films. Like there was this one film. This is why she was internet. Whatever where's she from? Spain. There was some international movie, dude. She had that fucking crazy titty sucking scene, and then the movie with Keanu Reeves actually with the fucking. Did you watch that movie? Where her and her best friend are fucking psycho bitches, Knock on Keanu Reeves' door, who's married, by the way. It's a pouring, raining night, dude. So they're soaked up. The fucking nipples are hard. And they're like, the two of them are like, our car broke down. Like, can we come in and use your phone? And Keanu Reeves is like, all right.
Hypothetical, you're married.
Okay, go
Happy
on.
marriage.
Yep.
You love your family and kids.
Family and kids.
Wife's a babe.
Babe.
Okay?
I'm successful. Money.
Yeah, you know,
6 figures.
you're comfortable.
6 figures.
You're comfortable. You
That
can't
would mean 6 figures.
You can't go on multiple vacations whenever you want. You can't do multiple shit at times. You have to
But
coordinate.
once a year, big family vacation.
Sure.
Like, let's go. Yes.
Big family vacations. What? It's just the
No,
family you
brother,
have.
parents.
No.
In-laws as
They have
well.
to pay for themselves.
That's fucked up. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
All
But
right.
you're super happy though. Everything's great. Like you just love life.
Mm-hmm.
That scenario happens. Ana de Armas
And some other chick.
and Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
Water, rain,
Mm-hmm.
wife in another country for 3 weeks for work.
Mm-hmm.
Kids with her because job pays for it. She wants them to see the culture. You and her agreed. I think it'd be good for them to be in Spain for a little bit just to check it out.
Okay. Like, do I let them in and use the phone because their car's broken down?
Yeah. And they're like
I mean, I can't. Like, if their car's broken down and like
white shirts, tits are showing, no bras. And then once inside the house, you're sitting down. One of them, while the one's on the phone, she's sitting across from you. She puts her legs up, no underwear, and puts her foot on your jock. What's going on?
What's going on? Well, I mean, ideally, if I was in a happily, like, if I was married happily, like, my wife would be cool with that. Like, she'd be like, "Yeah, go for it."
yeah. What a great wife. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would have to shake. Like, no, thank you.
I mean, yeah,
I'm married. You know. I would honestly think of this movie though. With
what happens in the movie?
They fucking have sex with him. Both of the girls, crazy sex scene. Keanu Reeves, Ana de Armas, the other chick, and they start blackmailing him.
Damn.
Yeah, not good.
Damn.
I know, dude. Like, he got caught slipping. That's exactly what happened. The titties, and then he got distracted by the titties, and then it's just fucking blackmail.
You can't have that.
Can't be doing that, dude.
No.
So go see Ballerina if you want, dude. Next up here, The Bear releases next Wednesday. Bang. Just want to let you guys know it's going to be fucking sick. Season 4 next
Let's
Wednesday.
fucking go in
Let's
Staten
fucking go
Island. We're
on
watching
Staten
it, baby.
Island. Possibly, maybe. Wait, we can, but with no Renee, though.
She's not going to be around for some... Like, she's not going to watch that shit with us. She said once in a while, bro, we got to watch that. We got to review it on Binge Buddies, baby.
Tune into your fucking calendars. Wednesday, the whole season drops. 10 episodes, give or take. Doesn't really matter. Next up,
I saw how long the
bang,
episodes are.
dude.
They're only like
I saw
35.
them too. I know, but there's one that's like an hour and 10, and you're like, whoa, that's the fuck me episode. That's the holy fucking shit episode. Bang, dude. Batman 2 update. Eat shit, Michael Theophil is what they say. Production of the movie set to start this fall.
Yeah.
Following the news of a cast member being added to the cast here. Cast. Tom Reese Harris cast as Clayface. Very interesting stuff. First time we would be seeing Clayface in a live action adaptation of Batman. Let's fucking go. I forget the guy's name who made it. Reeves? Right? Who's the guy who made Batman? This Batman. Something Reeves? You don't fucking know. Matt Reeves. Eat shit, dude. Next up, new movie going to be out. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's going to be in the fall. Released November 7th in theaters. Director James Vanderbilt. He directed a miniseries on the Nuremberg trials. What's he directing now? A full-length feature film on the Nuremberg trials. Okay, dude. Starring Russell Crowe as this fucking right-hand man to Adolf Hitler. All right. Rami Malek in there. Colin Hanks. Good cast. Gonna be a good movie. I'm stoked. Nuremberg trials are fucking crazy, dude. And obviously, anything World War II is very interesting to me. So, bang, dude. last but not least, even though it's kind of is least because the show sucked, but you're kind of happy because it's not renewed for season 5, is getting canceled. Bel Air, gone, sayonara, see you tomorrow. Hasta tomatoes, dude. Let's go. Right?
Yes.
Right? Fuck that show. Fuck that show.
I think you're missing. We'll see. I'm curious to see. Yeah, fuck Bel Air not renewed. Yeah, get the hell out of here. That shit was trash.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Same with Will Smith's new song.
Yeah, dude. I haven't heard it, though.
I like Pretty Girls.
I like pretty girls and I do not lie.
No,
You
it's
other
not like
brothers can't deny. What am I missing?
Marvel confirms. You're going to be tight about this, I think. Blade. Back up and running. Could be released in 2028. I know, right?
With Mahershala Ali?
Yes.
I guess that's good. He's been very like, I want this to be
Patient.
made. Yeah. And he's like, dude, I want
Maybe
this.
Deadpool Wolverine gave him idea to like have Wesley Snipes in it. So they like have completely thrown whatever idea they had and are redoing it.
Is
that would be
Snipes going to be, I don't think Snipes is going to be attached to it though. I'm pretty sure he wants
I
nothing
think
to do
he
with
could
it,
be.
I thought, dude.
I think they will. I think it's going to happen. I could see it. They say when you drink from a Charizard, Charmander, Charmeleon cup, you turn into it.
You turn into what? Charmander?
Charizard.
You would never go straight to start. Like, you don't go straight to third evolution. Like, what is this, dude?
You have to drink it.
Fucking Digimon nonsense. Yeah, you drink it. You drink the Kool-Aid. Bang! That's pretty much it, dude. I guess I did have one more segment here for our YouTube video of the day. And it's gonna be a quick one, dude. This one goes back. Well, this one is new, obviously, but this guy I've been watching since I've been in high school. It's a little YouTube account called Spawn Wave, dude. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, dude. This guy, I remember watching him when he first started, when his like setup was fucking dog shit, and he didn't like work out yet, so he was just like a nerdy dude. But this is the little screen share action. This is him reviewing after the midnight release of the Switch 2. This is an hour-long run-through, by the way. He sets it up, breaks it down, the games he got as well. You can see this specific video, not his proudest moment because his actual camera that shows his face is a little overexposed. You can see the hotness on the left-hand side of his face. So I don't know, dude, but he's a great guy in terms of gaming news and breakdowns and reviews. I've been watching him since high school. I still watch him now, especially now since I've been getting kind of more back into video games, the PS5, the Switch 2, the news, the whatnot, dude, the gaming corner. So I would recommend this guy highly. Spawn Wave, has a great YouTube channel, does put a lot of thought and research into his work. It's something, he does a lot of different videos, things as simple as just like news updates, green screen, over-the-shoulder graphic, classic news stuff for games. I don't know why I say gamings. Product reviews. He'll do some crazy shit like, I just bought like a used Nintendo 64 from GameStop. I'm gonna open her up, see how really clean it is. Like, kind of exposing some things that GameStop does. That was big for me back in the day, especially when I was trying to do my own shit with older consoles, thinking I was a fucking guru mechanical guy. Which I am a guru mechanical guy, But as you do video of the day, if you're looking forward to the Switch 2, check that out. Full review there. And he's also a no-nonsense guy. He has he's not affiliated with Sony or Nintendo or Microsoft, so he's not just like blowing their cocks every time they release something. He critiques. He's honest. He's authentic. So check him out, dude. That's my YouTube video of the day if you're in that sort of stuff. And that would conclude our Binge Buddies episode, I believe. Not our broadcast day, because we are going to be live for Down the Rabbit Hole at 7 p.m. in less than 3 hours. You'll be seeing Mike's face in a rabbit's hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
be in it. All up in there.
Deep.
Real deep.
Down the rabbit's hole. But I want to thank everyone in here for tuning in. Keith, Josh B, Ernie was even in here. Brian Barnaby, Matthew Gabriel, Joey Greenwood with the great call-in for the breakdown of the movie. That was awesome, dude. And it was good to be back on Binge Buddies again. It's been a little while, been 2 weeks. Obviously, we're doing the every other week on Fridays now since we're just fucking yammed over here, dude. It's fucking sick. You know what I mean, brother? Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, pick it up, put it down. Pick up the microphone, put it back down. Bing bang.
It's dope.
Yeah, dude. So don't go anywhere. Go hang out. Catch some sun while you still can, dude. Have some dinner, 7 p.m. back here down the rabbit hole. Special guest Vincent will be in the house. Vinny Boombots.
And
XRP Tina.
X Tina RP.
X Tina RP also will be in stream live coming at you. Lord of the Rings will not be on in the studio at that time, dude. Once again, thanks again for tuning in. Like I said, I'll see you guys later for 7 p.m. If you don't want to tune in to Down the Rabbit Hole, I'll see you back here Monday, Sportsport. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go out there, go see 28 Years Later, go see How to Train Your Dragon, don't watch Tulsa King, but go watch Tires. And like I said, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Next Friday will be the Beach Bash, motherfucker. So everyone have a great weekend.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.